We're going to look at adding some mixed numbers here. When we add fractions, we typically get a common denominator. We have denominators of 5 and 3 here, so we want to find the least common multiple for 5 and 3. So we can list our multiples 5, 10, 15, 20, etc. for 5, and multiples for 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 18, until we get to one they have in common. So you can see that 15 is the least common multiple for 5 and 3. So we're going to get a common denominator of 15 here. I'm going to leave my whole numbers as they are, and I'm going to rewrite my fractions with my new common denominator of 15. Now, to get equivalent fractions, we have to multiply our fractions times a version of the number 1 because we don't want to change its value. And multiplying something by 1 does not change its value. The beauty of the number 1 is that we can write it as any number over itself, 2 over 2, 3 over 3, 4 over 4, etc. So in order to get a 15 in my denominator, I know that I'm going to need to multiply my 5 by 3. We can see that right here, 1, 2, 3. 15 was the third multiple of 5. And if I multiply my denominator by 3, I'm going to also have to multiply my numerator by 3 to get that equivalent fraction. So this is essentially what's happening. So 4/5 becomes 12/15. Now 12/15 is equal to 4/5. We need to do the same thing with 2/3. So if I have 2/3 and I want to get an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 15, we can see that I need to multiply the denominator by 5. And if I multiply the denominator by 5, I've got to multiply the numerator by 5 as well, because 5/5 is 1. And therefore, I'm not changing the value of 2/3. All right, so 2/3 is equivalent to 10/15. All right, so now I have a common denominator. I'm going to add whole numbers to get 3. I'm going to add my numerators to see how many 15ths I have. I have 12/15 here and 10/15 here. 12 plus 10 is 22. So now I have 22/15. The 15 doesn't change. That's what we're adding. We're adding 15ths. But now 22/15 is larger than a whole. So I need to do some work on this number here. So I want to think about this. I have 3 wholes already. I know that 15/15 is another whole, and I do have 15/15. How many above that do I have? So above 15/15, I have 7 more 15ths. All right, so this is 1 whole. So I have 4 and 7/15 as my final answer.